Hey guys, I just wanted to hop on and do a quick video to get that salon grade blow dry at home. First, I'm going to use Pureology Color Fanatic. It has 21 benefits. I use it as a detangler to add shine. It's a color protectant, heat protectant. It's got so many things. Now I've got Pureology Silk Bodifier. It's actually called Pureology Clean Volume Weightless Mousse now. It's a great bodifier, volumizer. It doesn't weigh the hair down at all. Really silky. Then I've got Amika Supernova Blonde. It's a great moisture and shine cream. I really just focus it more towards the front of my head where I actually do have blonde pieces. Once I'm done putting that product in, I'm going to take my wet brush and I'm going to brush the product through to make sure it's evenly distributed. Now I'll start directional blow drying. It's just going back and forth with my brush and blow dryer, really focusing on the root area. Now that my roots are pretty well dry, I'm going to go ahead and start focusing on the mid shaft and ends of my hair. I had to speed this video up because my hair is so long, and even though it's fine, I have a lot of it. So we would be here for honestly about 45 minutes if I didn't speed it up. You want to make sure that your hair is about 80% dry before you even take a round brush to it. Right there, I was just trying to show the proper way to hold the blow dryer up against the brush. So many people point the blow dryer directly onto the brush. You don't want to do that. It just creates kind of chaos and frizz. So by holding it flat, it just kind of helps the hair glide through the brush. I'm not fighting it as much and I'm cutting down on frizz. Also helping just to propel that moisture right off the hair strand. So now that my hair is pretty well dry, I can start to section it and round brush it. This would be about the time at the salon where you would find yourself with about 18 different hair clips in your hair so that I don't ever have to set down my blow dryer. I just don't have that many resources at my house, so I kind of have to make do with what I've got. I'm using a hot brush for a round brush. It's made by Wet Brush. I really like it. I use it at the salon all the time. It's a nice long barrel on the brush, and I don't feel like my hair gets tangled in it at all. So you really don't have to go over the hair as many times with the blow dryer and round brush since it's pretty much dry at this point. I'm really just doing this to help make sure that I get that product in my hair as best I can and that I have a nice voluptuous canvas to start with when I start curling it. As you can see, I am in the same boat as you guys when it comes to hair colored roots. My new growth is growing out like crazy. I'm noticing so much more gray coming in, which is fine. I'm going to be 31 in a month. Gross, but whatever. Soon enough, we'll be back in the salon and be taking care of that stuff. So for the moment, survive and thrive, and we'll just deal with it together. Now this top section of my hair, I really want to focus on how I'm holding my blow dryer against the brush. I want to make sure that I'm doing it as smooth as I can. I don't want to add any frizz to my hair. I've got a lot of baby hairs coming in at the top of my head, so they kind of stick up by themselves anyway. So I'm trying to make sure I can do everything in my power to help myself instead of, make it harder. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. It might just look a little different. If you've had your hair done by somebody else, this might be the point where they switch hands, where they're holding their blow dryer in their left hand and their round brush in their right hand to make it a little easier. I unfortunately broke my wrist when I was about 17 and didn't get full mobility back, so I have a hard time twisting the round brush in my right hand. Really just do whatever's going to work for you. There's not really a right or wrong way. Out of all the girls at the salon that do hair, not all of us do it the same exact way. We went to different beauty schools. We shadowed different people. We learned different tips and tricks. As long as you're happy with the outcome, honestly, that's all that matters. This is just the way that I do it. All right, so now that my hair is dry, I'm going to get my curling iron heated up. I'm not going to spray another thermal protectant in because Color Fanatic did a good enough job for me. And my hair is naturally curly, so it does hold a curl and a wave pretty well. If you find that your hair doesn't, you can use a thermal protectant that you spray in dry hair. Redken makes an awesome one. It's called Hot Sets. You just have to spray it in and then brush through it. It's hard to see, but I have my curling iron set at 350 degrees. I do have fine color treated hair, so I don't want to go any higher than that. Now these first sections, they're going to look a little big, but that's okay because they're just the bottom. I'm only curling halfway up the strand, and I am going to leave about 2 to 3 inches out of the bottom, kind of like a tail. What that does is it helps to create the illusion of length, as if my hair isn't long enough. I know, but I just like the way it looks. Now this piece I'm going to split in half, and this is where it starts getting a little different. So this piece I'm going to curl towards the back of my head or away from my face. And this next piece I'm going to curl towards my face. The look we're going for is what you might hear people call the Victoria's Secret blowout. Now, in order for them to achieve that look for those runway models, they have multiple round brushes, they blow dry a curl, roll it up into a pin curl pin, spray it with hairspray, and then blow dry it to set it. I don't have that many resources or hands, so I found a way to do it with a curling iron. So by switching the direction of the curls, I'm creating more body, more volume. I do tend to do a lot of my face frame pieces away from my face. Unfortunately for me, I don't have much of a jawline, and when I curl them towards my face, it just accents my chin. Now this top section, I'm going to split into 3 pieces, and I'm going to curl the first 2 pieces towards my face and the front one away from my face. I don't know if you've noticed or not, but I've slowly started bringing the curling iron closer to my scalp. It's going to create more body at the root that way. Now that that side's done, I'm just going to brush it behind my shoulders a little bit. You want to minimize how much you're touching those curls until they're totally cooled off. The more you play with them, the less curled they're going to be, and the less likely you have, for it to stay longer. I know that didn't make sense. It doesn't last as long. Don't touch them. Same thing on the other side. I'm curling my first 2 sections. Pretty big sections. I just kind of want it to have more of a wave. And then I start splitting and changing direction. I get a lot of people that ask me where I get my curling iron from. Oh my gosh, that's so frustrating when that happens. Anyway, back to what I was saying. I get a lot of people that ask me about my curling iron. My iron was a special edition bamboo collection by Paul Mitchell. Unfortunately, they no longer make this one. You'll see it's unique because just the thumb area spins. It's supposed to help protect hairstylists against carpal tunnel. I have found a couple of them online. You can also find them at Sally's. It's white with a gray barrel or a silver barrel. They work really well. Same thing with the top section, splitting it into 3 pieces, curling the first 2 towards my face and the final one away from my face. All in all, this curling technique, if my hair is already dry, takes me, I'm not kidding, 10 minutes. All right, so now that I am finishing up curling, I'm going to grab a super lightweight hairspray. I love, 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 love Redken Windblown. The lower the number with Redken's products, the lighter the hold. It just adds a lot of shine, a little bit of texture that I like, and so on. You can use any comb you want. This is just a half moon comb by Pureology. We do have a couple of them for sale at the salon, I believe. I got this one in Vegas. For me, it just is like the easiest way for me to back comb. Final step, taking my brush and just lightly brushing through those curls. I lied, that's not final. I'm going to take my Pureology Color Fanatic in my dry hair, lightly mist, and blow dry it in just to help create a little bit more shine, a little bit more texture, and cut down on frizz. And this is my final look after I just floof it up a bit. I hope that this video helps you guys kind of experiment a little bit. Remember, there's not really a right or wrong way to do it, just as long as you love it. I can't wait to see you guys back in the salon, and I'll talk to you soon.